Good morning and welcome. Today is day 6. No, it's day 7. It's day 7 because I did something on Saturday. So today's day 7 of Fear Not. Good morning. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, that you are well rested. And we're going to dive right into it today. There are 2 memory verses that I'm going to ask for you guys to memorize this week. We're going to talk about them, I think, for all week, or at least most of the week. And these are the kind of verses that you can put on a sticky. You can stick it to your mirror in your car. You can stick it to your desk in your office. You can stick it to wherever you are. Sometimes I used to stick verses on my cabinet to my kitchen because I was there so often. Wherever you are a lot, get a little sticky and do this. So there's 2 of them. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. If you can write that down. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. And then the other one we're going to talk about this week is Psalm 27 and 13. Psalm 27 and 13. So let's just jump right in. So this is the book of Timothy. There's 2 books, 1 Timothy and 2 Timothy. They're written by the Apostle Paul. And I believe this is one of, if not the last letters that Paul wrote. And he's writing to Timothy. And when you're reading the book of Timothy, you want to remember that these are personal letters. These are not meant for the masses. I mean, they are for us to read now. But when Paul wrote it, it was his intention to encourage Timothy. Timothy was young. He was called into ministry. I don't know if they used those terms back then. But Paul's intention was to encourage him and kind of give his kind of last wisdom in regards to how to live this Christian life and how to be a priest or a minister or what have you in that time. So one of the things that Paul says to Timothy is that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. And that's 2 Timothy 1 and 7. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. So if you're feeling fears, those are not things that God has put on you. And we may talk about that a little bit later, of where those fears originate from. But that's not something that God has put on us. He has given you power, love, and a sound mind. And the Amplified version of the Bible says, I like the Amplified version this time, for God did not give us a spirit of timid. I can't say the word. But God did not give us a spirit of being timid, of being a coward, or cringing, or fearing. But he has given us a spirit of power and of love and of calm and a well-balanced mind with discipline and self-control. He's given us power of love, calm and well-balanced mind, discipline and self-control. So we talked about that a little bit last week, about being calm and resting and allowing yourself to kind of sit with God. But what I want to talk about today is power. The website that I was on, it defined power as an aggressive energy in the face of difficulty, which overcomes and weakens and enables one to work or to endure. So I'm going to read that again. Power is an aggressive energy in the face of difficulty. It allows you to overcome the things that weaken you, and it enables you to work and to endure. So God gives us power. He gives us an aggressive energy in the face of difficulty that will enable us to work through those difficulties. So sometimes we don't feel like we have power. Sometimes we feel as if the world can get so hard sometimes. And you feel fearful, and you feel as if you can't do things. And you're not alone in that. Because that's a trick of the enemy. They want you to feel like you're alone, like you're the only one who's going through this problem. I was talking to a good friend of mine on the phone the other day, and it was I was sharing with her a difficulty that I'm currently facing in my life right now, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, I didn't know you were dealing with that." and she was dealing with kind of the same thing, and we started talking about different things we could do to help us through this difficulty. And we got off the phone, and she just was like, I'm so encouraged because there's somebody else who's going through the same thing that I'm going through. And so you're not alone. You're not alone in your struggles. And sometimes we don't always talk about them because we put on this face, this face, oh, I am perfect, my life is so great, especially on Facebook. But we're all dealing with stuff. We're all going through things. And then it brings me to my second verse of today, or of this week that we're going to deal with. Psalms 27:13. I would have fainted if I did not believe to see the goodness of God in the land of the living. I believe that was King David who wrote that. I would have fainted. I would have given up. I wouldn't have been able to go on unless I believed that I would see the goodness of God right here in the land of the living. It's not something that we're hoping for. If you're a Christian, we're hoping and we know that we're going to go to heaven after this. But I'm talking about right here in the land of the living. He said he would have fainted without that hope, without that belief. So that's what I want. Those are the two verses for today. I hope you can hold on to those and remember and know that God is giving you power, okay, to stand up in the face of whatever you're going through today. So I pray that you will walk in that power today. I pray that you will try to grab on and kind of try to memorize these scriptures today. Repeat them over and over in your head. If something is going on that's frustrating you or giving you a hard time today. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.